Welcome to White Shoulders, Boar, Goats, and Farmstead. Today we're going to talk about kidding jobs part 2. Well, good Sunday morning. It is really windy outside, and it's a good thing we're not going to be doing a whole lot outside today because it's not cold or anything, but it's just windy. Zeus needs me to hold his foot so he can eat. Gotta go get the tractor, feed the horses. I've been giving them square bales because I'm waiting on a net to come in the mail, and it won't be here till next week. So we got we're going to do some things this morning after I feed these guys, because if I don't feed them first, they'll drive me crazy. But we were going to do some pre-kidding jobs part 2. I was just going to set up one more kidding stall and call it good, but I have decided that I'm going to cut up some panels. I had to tear down the kidding stall in the corner in order to get the other panels in, so I just went ahead and moved it to a new location so I can still use it. And as you can see, I had a lot of help. So here's one stall that's set up. It is a 4x5. It's big enough for a mama and 2 babies for a couple of days. I didn't want to set up too many, so now I got to go cut some panels. I can set up one more like that if I want, but I don't know if I will or not. I need my tape measure. So we have some extra cattle panels, and I guess that's what I'm cutting up. Let me see, I got one over here that I can cut, that I cut 5 foot off of it. These are the tall ones, so I don't know if we're going to need wire between them or not. If we do, not a problem. It's kind of dark back here. 5 foot is right in the middle of that. So I'll probably cut this side. Carry this back inside. Okay, so I got it temporary. It's kind of dark in here today for some reason, and I have lights on. I used some, it's called plumber's tape, just to attach it, and then I've got some U-bolts that I can hook onto this eye right here to get it to stay, so it's not going nowhere. And I'll get one of them here in a minute and show you. Okay, so you're probably wondering, why am I adding these different pins for kidding? My does actually hardly ever kid inside of a pen. I usually do it out in the open so they have plenty of space, and then I'll just put them in a pen so they can bond with their babies, and they don't have to worry about anybody bugging them for a few days. So I'm just making these small pens. They're just for a few days, and then they can get out and be in the common area with everybody else. Thanks, Candy. But I'm making them smaller because we have more does kidding this year. And I didn't want to make too many of these pins. All this is going to get re-cleaned before babies come. This is just for right now. It's almost to the point that it needs to be cleaned. And another week or so it will be, and get ready for babies. So Candy says this is her pin. She's going to stay in it. But these are not new panels by any means. They've been used. We've taken them down, and we had other places we could put them, but we chose to recycle these and do something with them. You're going to make it fall on you. I don't have this hooked up yet. I guess she just has to touch it. Okay, because I am using the wall and not making these freestanding, I'm going to use eyes and these other little cool looking bolt things to hold it. If you want to know how to hold your cattle panels together, or your hog panels, or whatever kind of heavy metal panel, these things right here. I don't know what they're called, but they're awesome. They are temporary until I can get what I want or what I like. I like the ones with the sliding gates, but those are old and they are starting to rust at the bottom, so they will not last that long. So I figured this will work for now. Okay, so I've got it completed. This is all I'm going to do for these, and the reason why I did it this way was you can unhook the spring clips, because I'll have to get some more because I don't have enough. But you unhook them. That can go that way. I don't know which way this one's going to be best to go, but it might not go up in the corner like I want, but got that way. And then you got this one. That can go this way. And then you have the panels out of the way. I know they will be rubbing on it, but that's okay because it's not really going to hurt anything. So, go like so. And then when you get ready to use them, you can just pull them out. So, there they are, all folded up. I mean, there is a little spot in the corner there, but it's not going to hurt nothing. But that's what my goal is, to have removable kidding pins where that I can just hang them on the wall or set them out of the way, because I don't have a lot of space, and that's how I can have the space I want. There's Celia. It was time for some molasses tub. Except for there's somebody eating it. The udders are growing. I'm going to go through what I have in my kitting kit. Everybody's kit is different. Everybody needs different things for different, just different problems that they've had over the time that they've had goats. I have towels. I keep a tub of towels. These are just old towels, have been washed. Every time we have babies, they get washed, they get bleached, and then they get dried, folded, and put back in the tub for the next go around. I probably won't have enough towels this time because I've got does due 2 and 3 in a day, so probably won't be easy. This is a sling. You can carry the kids in to move them, or you can weigh them, and I weigh them. I have a little fish scale here I weigh them with. I like to know what the weights are. It helps to determine if the mama's giving enough milk, if they're growing right, because you always need to know what their birth weight was so that you know that they're gaining. I have vitamin E and selenium gel in here. I give that to the kids usually when they're born. Sometimes we get one that has a bent looking leg. I'll give that. We have lube, just because you should have lube in your, Leslie's a pain, in your kit. This is Cal MPK, CMPK. I give this to every doe as soon as they kid. If they're having problems getting their milk in, I give them a dose of this. They just drink it right down, no big deal. Drench gun, obviously for the CMPK. Iodine spray. You should always spray the navels on your babies. I know the mamas do tend to lick it off, but this is a real big bacteria deterrent, so it's really important that they get their navels sprayed. Of course, we got rubber gloves, and these are OB gloves. You put the OB gloves on first, you put the rubber gloves on afterwards, and you don't get none of the gunk on your arms anyway. You might get it somewhere else. Always have baby wipes in a kit, the natural ones, just in case you need to wipe it off of your face, or if you didn't use gloves, off your hands. Always give the mama goats warm molasses water after they have their babies. It's just a thing that I do. They look for it. And I have a snare to help pull kids with if necessary. It has been used in the past, but not very often. Usually I can get a hold of them, no problem. This one you can actually go in and snare a foot and pull it out. It's actually for sheep, I think. I have 2 different kinds, but this is the one that's used the most. I keep everything in a bucket so that I can just grab it and bring it out with me, because I leave it in the house. In my little bag of stuff here, I always have one of these big syringes. You never know when you need one. That's my theory. I have a nose sucker. Use it sometimes, not very often. Just depends on how much gunk and goo is in there. There's one that I'd like to have, but I probably would never use it and probably couldn't justify the price for it, but you can use these. I have tape, just because sometimes you can tape the navels if you want, or you don't have to, no big deal. I do have navel scissors, because I do cut the navels about a 1/2 inch. And I do keep Diaper Rash ointment in the kit here. And in case you're wondering what that Diaper Rash ointment is for, there's a couple of different things you can use this for. Say you have a mama goat that got a little stretched and she's a little swollen in the back end, you can put this on and it will help to keep it protected so it doesn't hurt and burn, because you can only imagine that would hurt and burn. Or you can put this on your baby goat's ears if it's really, really cold outside, to protect their ears from freezing. I believe this was probably one of the things that saved one set of twins' ears that I had in the polar vortex. And that is pretty much everything that I keep in my kitting kit. Some people keep a whole lot more stuff than I do. And sometimes I just have to use what I have here, and things aren't really, I mean, I can get stuff if I go and get it, but it's still a 30-mile drive to go and pick things up. And a lot of places aren't open in the middle of the night, and I'm not one for leaving my mama goats having babies. So, but everything goes in this bucket, and then when I come out, I bring my bucket and stuff with me. Some things stay in the barn, like the towels and if these are clean, they stay in the barn. But that's all I keep in my kitting kit. What do you guys have in yours? And the last thing that my goats are going to get this year, normally they get a probiotic after they have their kids. This year they're going to get Ruminop gel. This is made by Star Labs. Star Labs is less than 10 miles from my house where they make this. So it's pretty cool. I actually had to pick it up at Uppco. But this has AD and E, B12, and probiotics in it. So it's good for the goats anyway. But this is what they're getting after they have their kids and before they get their molasses water. Thank you for watching, and thank you to all the new subscribers. We're happy that you're here and hope that you get something out of our videos. Have a great week.